The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, your roof. Your roof, it's not on fire, but it can set your closing on fire. How can your roof prevent you from closing on your house? It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice throughout the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number will be right here, 407-205-0400. You want to start your house hunt for your dream home this weekend, you will need to get pre-approved. Dallas Lehman standing by at that very same phone number. Give him a call. Great show ahead. You will not want to miss a single second. But first, the opening statement. I get this question a lot, Justin. How long does it take when I sell my house to actually get to the closing table? And what are some of the issues that prevent us from getting to the closing table? One thing pops up all the time, and I seem to see it more recently than ever before, and that is your roof. Your roof can prevent your closing, and it happens constantly. Whether you're a buyer or seller, to me it seems like the roof is one of the biggest problems that you have, because you're going to have an inspection, and if your inspection doesn't pass, you're not going to be able to close, whether you're a buyer or the seller. And this is a question I get a lot, and a question we're going to answer together today by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on the program, we ask real questions to the trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. I would never start a show about roof without these two gentlemen, good friends of mine from Universal Roof and Contracting. Justin is here. Justin, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Corey's here.
Hello.
The best in the business. I've told you this a million times, but like from the bottom of my heart, I mean it. When it comes to roofing, there's one place to call, and that's you guys. It's Universal Roof and Contracting. It's because there are a lot of scumbag roofers out there. There are a lot of roofers that I don't trust, companies that are not professional, companies that overpromise things. That's just not Universal, Corey. It's not. You guys are fantastic. How do you do it?
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, it's our standard. We've been doing this for 30 years in the Central Florida community. From the top down, we're owned by a family, family that's been great in the community, that has established a direction for our company that's just different, and we set standards. We do honest assessments of your roof. We point people in the right direction. We're not just telling everybody to call their insurance companies. There's plenty of times we show up to roofs and they just need a little repair, or maybe the roof still has several years of life left on it, and we give that good news too. It's not always just bad news, but when it's time to solve a problem, we develop a scope of work that makes sense, that's customized to your home, to the design of your home, and make sure that we solve the problem.
And if you're thinking about selling your house, or you own a home and you're concerned about the integrity of your roof, I'm putting a QR code on the screen right now that will connect you directly with Justin and Corey. Do yourself a favor, please check them out if you have any questions about roof at all. And Justin, over to you, because this show is about the roof becoming a problem in a real estate transaction. You're down in the trenches. Sure. You see these sort of things happen. How does the roof sometimes prevent the real estate transaction from closing?
Day in and day out, we see it. I mean, there's so many listings out there. We work with a ton of realtors personally, and it's just, it's amazing how often that the roof becomes the obstacle that prevents homeowners from selling or home buyers from closing. And it's just because mortgages can't get approved, insurance policies won't be written. These are just huge red flags that just leave the home buyer really like up in the air about what they're going to do. So the best thing to do always is to get the improvements done to make the home sellable. Now, we have a standard on how we approach roofing. We don't just do a cookie cutter roof and slap something on there to make it sellable. We are going to come in there and build that roof with a ton of integrity, the best qualities, all the workmanship and warranties placed. The cool thing, once you get a new roof, I mean, you're walking on water at that point. You now have no obstacles to get your house sold.
But that warranty that we put on that roof is also transferable right into the name of the new home buyer. So that's part of your listing perk as you go to sell the home. Not only can you provide a home on the market that has a brand new roof protected, but a warranty that the new buyer can now live out the life of.
That's huge too. And we talk a lot on the show, Corey, about investing in a home before you sell it, installing a new kitchen, putting a pool in. And from my math, it seems to me that doing that is not necessarily going to get you dollar for dollar back. However, the investment in a new roof certainly affects the value of your home and its marketability.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, the insurability of it, all the Florida building codes that have been changed. And like, typically a roof is serving out 20, 25 years, that kind of thing in the state of Florida. Well, product has gotten way better and there's more options. There's luxury shingles, there's standing seam metal roofing. So a lot of our homeowners are looking at it as, let's create a forever roof, so that we're not having to replace the roof every 25 years, 30 years, those kind of things, or a thicker shingle that's a 50-year shingle instead of a 30-year shingle. And so upgrades are happening a lot before the transaction of a house as well, so that the buyer is inheriting something that's beefed up the home to, meet the industry code and also be a forever roof.
Yeah, and look, if your roof is leaking, obviously you need to call Universal Roof and Contracting. I get that. But if you're thinking about selling your home in the next year, 2 years, even 3 years, now is the time to get this roof checked out to make sure that it's going to be marketable when it comes time to sell it. And then, Justin, it's not like you necessarily have to stroke one big check for 25 grand or 20 grand or 30 grand, because you're going to get there and you're going to really evaluate it. Sure. Okay, maybe there is an insurance claim here, or even if there's not, there's a lot of payment plans that you have, a lot of no interest type payment plans where it's not going to set someone back so much money right out of the gate.
True, and the reason why we do it that way is because even insurance companies lately for the last 2 years have been sending out non-renewals, really catching homeowners off guard, just giving them no time to budget, prepare, really even shop. So creating some flexible financing plans. We work with several different lenders that give great rates and a lot of opportunity. It just gives it an easy alternative to coming straight out of pocket. Now we can lean on this financing that's really customized to fit your needs, your terms, your interest rates. All that stuff is designed to make things very flexible and easy for you, so that when you are backed into a corner by either just I have to sell the home or the insurance is making me do it, there is an easy way out working with us. So we're able to get this roof completely built and completed and inspected. And like you said, sometimes that's zero money down, zero interest, and you have a long time to be very comfortable there.
You just don't want to wait till you list it, though, because if you list it, you're going to get an offer quickly. You're going to close in 30 days. You're not going to close if we're not going to look at the roof prior to listing it. You got to get out ahead of this. You have to. And then once they do call Universal, Corey, the quality of the product is just simply better than what else is out there.
Yeah, I mean, we're a platinum preferred contractor with Owens Corning, which is the architectural shingle that we choose to use. But I mean, we've been doing tile, standing seam metal, there's synthetic options now, there's architectural shingles, there's luxury shingles. The underlayment is a huge deal in the state of Florida. So we have, the peel and stick underlayments, the synthetic underlayments, all those kind of things are a system that is built to be used together. We're not going to mix and match parts. A lot of people don't understand, like they get a scope of work from a roofer and it's very generic. And well, that roofer is going to go out and get the most affordable pieces of material to construct their roof with, and they're going to mix and match. And what they don't understand is that actually voids manufacturer warranties. You have to have a certain amount of a system put together. So when we put a roof on, we can walk away with certainty it's going to pass inspection. It's going to pass all the warranty, what do you call it? I'm losing my word here. Requirements. Requirements to move forward, and it's going to be a roof that is backed by our workmanship warranty as well as a manufacturer warranty.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. And if you don't believe me, I mean, the official roofer of the Tampa Bay Bucks, I believe now, and you guys are, and the Jags.
We're just covering the NFL.
I know, and I haven't been invited to a game yet. Unbelievable.
Shame on us.
You two have a radio show as well every single weekend that I'm going to come on soon. You just have to text me, say, "Hey, Justin, come today."
Yeah,
deal.
Absolutely. You got to invite us to pickleball.
I don't want to talk about. You're always invited, but I don't want to talk about boring legal stuff. I want to talk about roofing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Deal.
Happy to do it.
Awesome, Justin, Corey. Always a pleasure to have you both. Look, do yourself a favor. If you own a home, you need to get that roof inspected. This costs you nothing at all. There's only one person, one place that I trust, and it's Universal Roof and Contracting. You know this. QR code is right here, or you can call me directly and I'll connect you. 407-205-0400. Here's what we're going to do, a quick break. Let's talk about this roofing issue and the sellability of your home with a couple of excellent real estate agents. And let's see what they say. What's going on right now when it comes to roofing on your home as You Have Real Estate continues.
I'm here at Casa Leone. Surprise, surprise, my absolute favorite jewelers in town. We're talking about all things engagement rings today. One of my favorite topics ever. And I have my dear friend Lauren here who is going to show me some. You know, one of your main designers is Michael M. I love Michael M. Would you mind showing me a piece?
Yes, absolutely. Michael M. is one of our top designers that we carry here at Casa Leone Jewelers. Everything is made in 18 karat white gold and platinum. This particular ring right here, we actually just made for a client, but we used a 3 karat radiant cut in the center.
May I?
Of course, absolutely.
I'll try not to run out of here, Lauren. You know, one of the things that I love about Casa Leone Jewelers is you guys really hold your hand through the entire process. I mean, this is the first milestone. It doesn't even have to be, you know, the engagement rings. It can be anything. But especially when it comes to this, I mean, this is a big milestone and you want to be part of it all.
Absolutely. Our customers, they absolutely share every moment with us. We have so many beautiful engagement ring photos that they've sent us. This particular customer that I'm talking about actually got engaged in Venice on the gondola. It was absolutely beautiful. But our customers share their stories with us along the way. And it's important for us to keep them, you know, and celebrate every milestone, including getting their wedding bands.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's definitely talk a little bit about wedding bands. But one, I just have to brag one more time. I mean, how stunning is this? Michael M. And you have so many other incredible designers here, but I definitely do love some Michael M.
Yes, me too. Definitely one of my favorites.
If you're looking for an incredible engagement ring, look no further than Casa Leone Jewelers today.
Welcome back to the show. I told you roofing has become a major problem at the closing table. We see deals fall apart because of roofing issues. You need to get out ahead of your roof, especially if you're thinking about selling your house anytime soon. Joined now by Olaf Stenger. Olaf, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Century 21. And Eileen Winfrey, LPT. What's up, Eileen?
How are you?
So this is a problem. You guys are down in the trenches, real estate agents. You're working in real estate in Central Florida. What is this problem with roofing? What do you see happen? How does it affect closings?
Well, if I'm the listing agent, I always ask about that at the table. You know, here we are, let's talk about what's going on in the house. And the minute they tell me that it's the original roof, it's 18 years old, most people, for us, luckily now, they know that in the insurance crisis we're going through.
Sure.
So it's easier now to talk to them and say, we need to put a new roof on before we list this.
Yeah.
Where I would say, you know, 3 years ago, they didn't want to do it. You know, you really had to push people. But now people understand because we're in an insurance crisis and they need to get that done.
Yeah, and it stinks for the seller and seller's agent, of course, at the time.
Yeah.
When you're already kind of counting that check. Let's be honest. You know, you're already thinking about being at the closing table, walking away from closing with the money from the sale. And then when you hear, oh, can't close because you can't get insurance or the buyer can't get a mortgage, it does happen. And it's not a fun situation for a seller to be in. But why is it? What's preventing the closing? Is it insurance? Is it the mortgage? Well, what's the problem?
Well, you know, in order to get a mortgage, you have to have insurance. So It has to be insurable. So when we do go in, and you're right, you go into a listing, you have to ask those questions. How old's the water heater? Water heater's becoming a problem too. So people want a new water heater. That might hold it up. So roof is a big issue, and so you have to have that upfront discussion about getting new roof on, and also maybe getting a 4-point inspection on the house.
Sure.
Do some upfront homework before, so you're not surprised at the end at the closing table.
Yeah. So let's say that you're the buyer's agent. Let's put our head as we're the buyer's agent now. What are the questions that you're going to ask about the roof representing your buyer?
Yeah, I always ask about the age of the roof, provide documentation. Sometimes they have it. Sometimes they don't know. During the hurricane season, some roofers came in and the permits were never pulled on the house. So even if you do your homework, you don't see that permits been pulled. Doesn't mean there's not a new roof on it.
Is there a certain age, Eileen, that when you're working for the buyer that you start to say, we need to kind of look into this a little bit further?
Absolutely. When it's over 10 years, we used to always say 15.
Right.
But now a lot of the insurance companies, you're getting that letter in the mail saying we're we're going to cancel your insurance unless you get a new roof. So as soon as it's over 10 years, I start telling them this is something we have to look at because some insurance companies are not going to insure you.
Yeah.
And it's crazy,
true.
10 years.
I'm telling you, if you ever have clients and you call Universal Roofing Contractor, they're the best. They just did my roof at my house. They're like so unbelievably professional. What's on the market right now? I know, that's what you want to know. Well, what can you buy right now? We got 4 listings to show you here. Eileen, I want to start with you. Shoreline Drive. Tell me about this beautiful house quickly.
So this one is not like anything else. It's in the Orange Tree Country Club in Dr. Phillips. And a lot of those were built in the 80s. This particular home, between 2018, 2019, it was brought all the way down to the studs. And the roof was changed, so it's a high vaulted roof, which none of them have back there from the 80s. And it's very high-end luxury construction. It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath with a 2.5-car garage, and it's got a huge fenced-in lot. So you could definitely put a pool in there.
Beautiful home. If you'd like to see that property, Eileen will be happy to show it to you. 407-205-0400. Eileen, back to you in just a second.
Sure.
Deltona, I call it Southwest Volusia County. Still a good bang for your buck up in that area. Olaf, tell me about North Village Drive.
Yeah, so Deltona, just across the St. Johns River from Seminole County. When we talk about affordable housing, this is one that would fit in that category as an affordable home to live in. It's a 3-1, probably a starter home, single person living in there, maybe a retired person. It's a 1967, but it's been upgraded. We had inspections done early on to make sure the roof is compatible, electrical system was upgraded, put a new water heater in. So it checks all those boxes where when someone comes in and has that problem with the roof, you know, we're not going to have that at the end discussion.
Yeah, great bargains up there still in Southwest Volusia County. And now a neighborhood I know well here in Lake Mary. I call it the place with the Winn-Dixie with the bar. Wheelhouse Lane. Tell me about that one.
Great
It's
plaza.
true though, right? You've been to that Winn-Dixie, haven't you?
I've been in that Winn-Dixie. Matter of fact, my brokerage is right there. So
Oh, good.
Ocala Realty is right there. There's 24-hour fitness. There's lots of restaurants there in Wheelhouse. Griffin Park. This home is 5 years old. It's a 431, 2-story. It was actually the former model home for Griffin Park. So when you think of upgrades, this home has all the upgrades. I mean, sealstone countertops, floor-to-ceiling cabinetry, wrought iron rails going upstairs, wine coolers, double convection ovens. It's a gorgeous home. Screen and porch, 2-car garage.
Great house. If you'd like to see these two, Olaf will show them to you right now this weekend. 407-205-0400. Now, Eileen, in about 30 seconds, Katy Cove. Beautiful home.
So this one is a little over 5,000 square feet, 7-bedroom, 5-bath with a pool. It is gorgeous, outstanding, and it's right under $1 million.
Under $1 million?
Right
I did not think you were going to say that.
Yeah?
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's a great deal. Absolutely.
Really an unbelievable home for under $1 million.
Sanford.
In Sanford.
So if you're looking in the Sanford area.
We got to do this again, guys. What a pleasure. Great work. You're coming back on soon. You're coming back soon as well. Olaf, Eileen, thank you both so much.
Thank you for having us.
Very quick break. We talk about reasonableness and reasonable prices. Hard to find right now. I have an area that you can find a reasonable priced home right now as You Have Real Estate continues.
You can be an agent that struggles to get ahead in the competitive real estate world, or you can learn from the best and achieve success. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com and sign up for the Jumpstart program. Get coaching tips and important tools that will help you jumpstart your real estate career. Sign up today and get 10% off your Jumpstart program when you use code word LEARN. Visit youhaveafutureinrealestate.com today and gain the real estate knowledge you need to succeed.
Are you worried about your student loan payments? I don't blame you. The great news for you is now we have more options than ever. Go to our website, youhavepower.com, to find out what options may exist for you and your student loans.
You were complaining about your electricity bill, and I don't blame you. But the reason why your electricity bill is so high may be something you didn't know. Your windows, joined by my good buddy and the man over at Renewal by Anderson, Dan Brigman. Dan, It's just a fact. Bad windows, old windows, are killing people's electricity bill. Why is that?
100%. There's several main reasons, Justin. One is the technology. If you got old windows, they don't have up-to-date Energy Star technology. Number two, if you've got old windows, there's a lot of places windows can leak. Most folks didn't know that when the AC turns on, a suction is created in the house. Well, guess what? You're sucking in hot, warm air through the broken seals of the windows. And on top of that, we've got sun hitting and, of course, radiant heat leaving the house.
Special deal for you, actually. If you take out your phone, hit the QR code on the screen right now. I will connect you directly with Dan, who will offer you
a 12-month no-no and also a 24-month no-no, but the biggest is our 20% off offer that we have not had in quite some time. I didn't think we were going to have it before the end of the year. So.
Dan Brigman, excellent job as always. Here's how it works. Look, if you do the program where you pay for the windows over time, you're going to save money on your electricity bill where it's all going to balance out. Windows for free, essentially. Do yourself a favor. Visit Renewal by Andersen today. Welcome back to the show. One of my favorite guests is here, and we're going to talk about this roof thing with you. Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Welcome to the show, Elisha. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So we've been talking all show about how a roof, especially an older one, can absolutely kill a real estate deal. How often do you see that, and what happens?
Actually, we see it pretty often, and typically it's going to be with a loan that's government financing, like FHA or VA. Even on a conventional loan, sometimes it'll come up.
Yeah. When you're working with a buyer and you ask about the roof, you ask the listing agent about the roof, is there a certain age where you start to think we need to look into that roof a little bit more?
Yeah, anything after 15 years.
15 years is the number for you. I get it, because, and then if you're working as the listing agent, of course, you don't want to spend all that time listing the property if you know there's going to be a problem, because it can hurt the insurance and hurt in getting a mortgage, right? And so how do you talk to your seller about that when they're like, 18-year-old roof, 20-year-old roof? What do you tell your seller in that situation before you actually list the property?
Well, it depends on list price and the rest of the condition of the home. So everything's negotiable. But if the seller's going to list it below what it should be listed at to compensate for the roof, that's an option. But sometimes we might think it's going to come up and it actually doesn't come up.
Yeah.
So you kind of play by ear.
The moral of the story for you is if you're thinking about selling your home in the next 6 months, year, 2 years, now is the time to look at that roof. You don't want to list your property, be almost to closing, and they're like, oops, sorry, can't close. You're about to walk away with a check, and now you're not going to get that check and have to start the process over because your roof is old. Get out ahead of that. We talk about real estate on the show all the time, of course. You've been telling me, I hear you, that the prices are crazy. And now with the prices going up so much and interest rates going up, you feel like you're priced out of the area you're looking for. Ocala is different, Elisha. Ocala is affordable still, but it's also one of the best places to move.
Yes, there was a survey done on risemedia.com, and Ocala was the #1 city in Florida to move to because of affordability.
#1. And you talk about prices going up so much and interest rates going up so much. If you compare the prices in Ocala and Marion County versus, say, Orlando, what are the differences?
It's almost 40% difference.
40%. That's unbelievable, and can be a life-changing difference for you and your family, as opposed to being house poor somewhere and having to spend so much of your monthly income on that mortgage payment, the PITI payment. You could live in Ocala and actually have money left over at the end of the month to actually have an enjoyable life. House poor is not fun. It's not fun being house poor. When you hear the term house poor, what do you think?
Living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah.
It is. It's paycheck to paycheck, and no one wants to live that way, where at the end of the month, you literally have no money left over. You're worried about feeding your family. I want you to not be house poor. And what you need to do is really do the math and see what your payment's going to be. Principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And when you start talking about a 40% price differential, this can mean thousands of dollars per month that you're going to save on your mortgage payment that you can use to have a fun and enjoyable life. You don't want to be house poor, trust me. But renting is tough too. The rental market is so expensive right now. What are you seeing in the rental market?
A 3-2, 2-car garage and a quarter acre is $1,500, $1,600,
Yeah.
$1,700, $1,800 a month.
Yeah, it's very, very expensive. I have a QR code for you on the screen right now that will take you directly to Ocala Realty World. Elisha Lopez would love to show you houses up in Ocala, Marion County, the villages, that whole area. The prices are just better. And it's not just to buy a house, it's for investment real estate as well. A lot of Airbnb rentals, a lot of people buying rental properties up in the Marion County, Ocala area to use for Airbnb. How are they doing that?
I mean, it's an investor's an investor. Just depends, are they looking for the year lease or, you know, daily, weekly, whatever it is. But with the World Equestrian Center, everybody wants to get into the Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the Airbnb market is so saturated in Orlando around Disney World. So many people have tried to get in on that, to buy houses down there and rent them for Airbnb, that they simply don't recognize that an hour up the road, there's a whole completely different, separate Airbnb market up in Ocala. When people are buying for investment for Airbnb, like around the World Equestrian Center, is that considered Ocala, Marion County? What is that area?
Yeah, it's still Ocala. And just outside, you're going to have like Anthony, Williston, all those areas, but it's all kind of rural and horse country.
Got it.
But the cool part is that Orlando, most places for an Airbnb, you have an HOA.
That's
and in
right.
Ocala, you don't have an HOA, so it's still less.
It makes a huge difference. Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World, thank you so much. Get on her mailing list too. If you want to buy properties up there, whether you want to live there or invest there, she'll send you properties as soon as they come on the market. Excellent job as always. Thank you to our amazing crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
Are you experiencing high temperature and high energy costs?
Everybody is. It's bad.
Yeah, even you?
Not anymore, because I just bought a new house. As you know, I went in, the AC was an absolute disaster. My electricity bill the first month was astronomical. I remember we had Old Dash on the show, and I loved having them on, but they kept telling me about the Duquesne system. So I called the AC guy and I said, look, I need a new AC, but I demand it to be Duquesne. Thank goodness I did.
That's a great choice.
Thank you.
So for those of you who aren't Justin and you're at home, tell your contractor that you want the new Duquesne Lynx 18 heat pump.
That's what I got.
Yeah, well, it's the best one to get. I know when it comes to my home, I love controlling the temperature because, let's be honest, it feels good to be cool here in Florida because it's hot. Anywho, I'm not hot anymore. It works out great because the Duquesne Lynx 18 features a quick link inverter technology that offers optimal performance for temperature control.
And makes my house cool, but doesn't cost me a lot of money every month on the electricity bill. That's why I love it.
Exactly. And another amazing feature about this product is it features a quiet shift technology so I can sleep peacefully and, more importantly, I can sleep comfortably.
It's the pillows as well, though.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you got to have the whole thing to really work it out.
10-year warranty as well on the compressor and the parts. Save money and energy. I'm so glad I went with Duquesne. I'm so glad Old Ash came on the show. Do yourself a favor. Call your air conditioning contractor today and demand Duquesne.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today.